These demos are really important to me, basically on a personal level. So I form part of the customer success team, as many of you know that. And these set of demos, along with the others that you're about to see, are a true testimony to the trust our clients and partners place on Symphony every single day to automate complex financial markets workflows and drive efficiencies. So without further delay, let's move on to the next demo. This time, it's a very exciting demo from one of our partners, Tallarium. And in fact, Tallarium are a Cloud9 partner. They are a customer-specific price discovery and liquidity aggregation platform for oil and commodities traders and trading firms. Today, the team will be talking to us about Tallarium, but also about the plans to integrate Cloud9 into Tallarium such that their users can feed in voice pricing. So please join me in welcoming onto the stage Stanislav Ermilov and Richard Payne.
Hi everyone, I'm Stanislav and I'm the founder and the CEO of Tallarium. And to introduce what Tallarium builds, so we are a single source of truth for pre-trade analytics and decision making, specifically focusing on the OTC energy markets. And in our view, there is a data problem which leads to underperformance and the companies holding additional risk. So to give you more background about what we are doing, so essentially in the markets we are working in are OTC, and there is no common data or standardized marketplace. So price dissemination is done via instant messaging and voice trading systems, where Cloud9 Symphony is a primary voice trading platform. So what that means is that only way to know where a market is getting numbers from multiple broker sources. And then traders have to construct their own internal view in internal systems, such as Excel spreadsheets. So in our view, what that means is that there is the data problem.
So what does that mean? For traders operating in these markets, it means they're getting between 5,000 and 10,000 quotes all day, every day, coming into them via chat and voice blasts on an ongoing basis. It effectively makes it impossible for them to get a complete view of the market. It means they've got to manually process all this information and then attempt to make informed trading decisions. There's another angle to this as well. As you'll have all seen in the media, there's been a huge amount of pressure on the energy markets, and there's huge, huge volatility. Now, this has implications for traders and trading decisions. Their time to make a decision plummets, they have an increasing amount of data to process, and their legacy systems and processes just can't cope with the amount of information that's being thrown at them throughout the course of their day.
And there are substantial consequences from this for wider business operations, which span across front, middle, and back office. So if we look at the front office, what that means is that opportunities can be missed, and suboptimal deals may take place just because of the vast amount of raw information and data. And oftentimes, best execution is nearly impossible. So if we touch on the mid-office operations, it means that there is incomplete and fragmented data, which makes P&L and risk management much harder and slower. So for example, P&Ls are often set using delayed Excel data. So overall, profitability may look high on the outside, but it is not as good as it could be. And companies are taking additional unnecessary risks.
So let's have a look at what the demo might look like, or the solution rather. So keep in mind that throughout the course of the day, a trader is receiving, as we've said, 5,000 to 10,000 messages via voice blast and via chat message. Throughout the course of the day, they're having to sift through this in already unstructured fashion. Well, Tallarium comes in, and we can turn that into something usable. We can give them a structured view of that market. So this is our quote feed. It's a line-by-line item of every single item that's coming into their trade environment. What we've got here is those coming in via chat, but let's look at what they would get if they're getting voice blasts coming in. So traders are receiving this information. Let's say a propane trader, for example. We can start filtering this. So if we select prop FEI, all of a sudden, as a trader, I can see every single voice blast and chat message that's come into me for prop FEI. We can filter further, and we can select a period. We can filter further than that, and we can select a specific broker contact that's been blasting us. This is the first time a trader's actually been able to get a structured view on how the market's evolving throughout the course of the day. When hovering over this, if it's a voice blast, they would get the transcript of the message that's coming through as well, i.e., why has that quote ended up being processed in such a fashion? Now, the view that most traders get the greatest amount of value from is actually not this view. It's this. This is our price screen. It's completely bespoke, and it can be set up and configured so that as a trader, you can track and follow all of the products that you would want to be able to trade or track. Now, what are we actually seeing? So bright red, bright green numbers, bids and offers coming in from chat messages, and more specifically here, we've got bright blue numbers, which are the voice blasts that are coming in. So all of a sudden, a trader has a single source of truth for all of their OTC energy markets that are coming into them. Same situation, if we hover over any of the numbers, as we can see here, we get told who the broker is that sent the blast, we get given a timestamp, and we get the transcript, i.e. the context of the message. Why am I being given that piece of information there? It means that all of a sudden a trader can make a really informed and analytical decision based on all of the available information that's coming through to them.
And so to flag out as well, so Tallarium is just not the interface. There is a rich data available out of the voice information where the users can access sending company, sending person, receiving person, full transcript, bid, offer, trade, and timestamp details, which are all available via an API, so that businesses can stream this information into any internal system and make much more use of all of this communication information. Furthermore, Tallarium complements this with live and objective real-time curves, which essentially provide much more context to the trading organization around the pricing and price discovery. And essentially, traders can compare opportunities against complete view of the market, be it instant messaging, voice, or structured reference data.
So what are the benefits for a trader sat on a desk being hammered with prices throughout the course of the day? I think the first thing to note is once we have the C9 integration fully operational, it's going to have a huge, huge impact. So for the first time, they will actually have a single source of truth across all of those OTC markets that they want to be able to cover. They'll be able to action information as it comes into them in real time. They'll be armed with everything they need to be able to make a trading decision and automate their internal processes. And this is really, really impactful on a desk which doesn't have the time to breathe.
So to recap the value Tallarium brings to trading organizations. So essentially, we are offering an end-to-end solution for a front office, which captures key data, which then furthermore can be accessible for risk, compliance, and for a wider business. Furthermore, we complement companies' best execution efforts. And we open up ability for real-time P&L risk management by leveraging vast Tallarium and voice data. And furthermore, we introduce concepts of real-time compliance and monitoring so that all of the trading communication for opaque markets are available at the fingertips. And companies can do things much better via more timely pricing. So to summarize, voice is a key component and a huge part of the markets we operate. And we are really excited to work with the Cloud9 Symphony team because this allows to truly aggregate all data that matters to a trading organization. So as the bottom line, we help our companies to improve profitability, efficiency, and reduce company-wide risks so that we are making those OTC opaque markets more efficient.
Thank you so much. I think in particular, we're all quite excited to learn about the Cloud9 development. So please come back next year and show us how that progresses. With that in mind, actually, when will that be available?
Sure. So we are currently launching initial beta with existing clients. to ensure seamless integrations between Tallarium and the Cloud9 Symphony system with the rest of the product. And then we are launching with a limited number of further companies who expressed their interest. So if anyone would like to register their interest, feel free to reach out to us on tellurium.com or direct message myself or our sales and marketing team.
Great, thank you. And how is the Cloud9 Tellurium integration already used by your current clients?
So we have a number of clients that are using it in kind of beta rollout. They're able to access a subset of products where they can access pricing, transcripting, and be able to call playback effectively. As we develop the offering, that will actually expand in terms of coverage and functionality. But for now, that's where we're up to. And they're able to access that actually via the terminal, which is what we showed you. And as Stas said, about accessing it via the API as well.
Fantastic. And actually, we have time for a final question. So how accurate is the data given the raw data sources that you use as your inputs?
Sure. So we are currently converting the raw instant messenger data into structured prices with a 99.7% accuracy. And we are aiming to achieve a similar level of accuracy on the voice prices. And essentially, we have what you can call unfair advantage because we can leverage our real-time reference data product, which gives a rich context to convert even the really hard voice quote cases into prices. And using all of this information when even the brokers, for example, didn't say period or product name, but where we can capture the full price information.
Okay. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming on and showing us that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.